Okay, here's some more great information and techniques very specific to NLP. This is the only place you'll learn this. And we're going to look at 3 different types of learning styles. These are the styles by which people both take in information and understand their world. So it's part of their understanding of how things work. So that you'll see how this will actually work with modeling as well. Now, you've got 3 different areas. They sometimes call this the VAC system. There's visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. And I'm going to break these down to you so you get a rich and deep understanding of each one. So the first one, the first representational style, how you take in information, your preferred style of absorbing information, is visual. Now, a lot of people are visual. Men tend to be more visual than women, but women can be very visual too. So they will use, you will hear in their language that they have a visual style by the types of phrases that they use. They'll say, I've got a picture of what I want it to look like in my mind. I can see what you mean. I can picture that happening. Let's look at the following ideas. See how they're using visual words within their phrases? So this person learns best by showing them something, looking at pictures, watching a video, whiteboard demonstration, scratching something out on paper, getting a handout, PowerPoints, diagrams, anything that they can visualize, that they can see, they will learn best from this method. Remember that we talk in words, but we think in pictures. And remember, a picture is worth what? 1,000 words. So visualization is huge in our thinking process. When you say, oh, I just had a memory of something, what do you typically think about? What you heard during that memory or what you saw? It tends to be pictures. Pictures are the strongest. Next representational style is auditory. How do you tease out if they have an auditory style? Again, look at the language they use when they're talking to you. They'll say things like, that rings a bell for me. I hear what you're saying. Hey, how does this sound to you? Rings, bells, hear, saying, sound. These are all auditory expressions. This person learns best simply by listening or having a conversation, discussing things back and forth, or listening to audio CDs or MP3s in their car. They like to sub-vocalize. They like to talk about things back in their head. Is that true? I wonder how that could be true. Sub-vocalizing in their head. Reading aloud versus sub-vocalizing in their head. So they would like to read a book out loud, or when they're trying to memorize something, they will read the script out loud. So these people are very auditory. They would much rather listen than watch or do. VAK, this is the K, the kinesthetic. Kinesthetic is a big fancy word, just means motion. Basically, we use it for touch. So how do you know if the person has a kinesthetic style, which is basically somebody likes to be literally, and that's why I use this graphics here, hands-on. They'll say, oh, I've got a handle on it now. That feels like a good fit. I can grasp what you're saying. Handle, feel, fit, grasp. These are all touch words. Kinesthetic. Okay, so this person is going to learn best by touching things, handling things, manipulating things in their hands, getting a tactile sense of what they're learning. You know, you can't have them visualize shooting the rifle or tell them all your philosophies about the rifle. They really need to have that rifle in their hand while you're telling them these things and explaining these things. That's how they do best. They want to feel the weight of it and the balance and what it's actually going to be like when they have it in their hands. They need to be hands-on. People that are kinesthetic do best when you demonstrate something for them, or you demonstrate it once, show one, try one, teach one, you show it to them, you let them try it, you let them show it back to you. Hands-on demonstrations. They like to physically touch things. So by practicing, participating, actually working with an object, demonstrating it, they do much, much better. Kinesthetic. So everybody is audio, visual, or kinesthetic. Now people overlap in these. greatly. So people may have a visual style, but it's in different percentages. They might be, say, like 70% visual, 20% auditory, 10% kinesthetic. Or somebody else might be like 60% kinesthetic, 30% auditory, and 10% visual. It can be any combination, but they're always going to have a primary that they like the most. What is the best method? Use them all. So what's your preferred style? Are you visual, auditory, or kinesthetic? We just talked about percentages. What are your percentages? Neurolinguistic programming works best when you try these things on yourself. So they'll work better when you use them with other people, or when you try to develop skills from other people or model skills with other people, if you have a richer and deeper understanding of how you do things. And where does that start? With how you take in information and how you learn. Key strategy.